In this tutorial, we'll take on creating environments with HypeHype. Start by going to the Create page and selecting any template you want. Some of the templates have interactive tutorials in them. You can recognize them with this icon. I'll select a scene with one of these tutorials, the nature scene. You can move, rotate, and zoom the editor view with different gestures. Drag with one finger to move, use two fingers to rotate, and pinch to zoom. If you get lost in the editor, you can tap Reset View to reset the camera. Now let's start adding stuff to the world. I want to make a spruce forest, so let's add some trees from the asset library. I'll search for spruce and set the filter for visuals. Once you've found the asset you want, tap the green plus icon to add it to your scene. Once the object is added, use the gizmo to move, rotate, and scale it. In addition to dragging from the tool, you can use the handles around the object to move, rotate, or scale the object on a single axis. Now let's change the other trees in the scene to fit our spruce forest. After selecting the tree, tap the visual preview to change it. Below the preview, you can find all the materials that the object is using. Switch between materials by tapping the material you want to change and selecting a new one. You can also edit all the colors in your scene and even change how objects reflect light. This forest could be darker. Let's open the main menu and select Visuals. Editing the green material will affect all things that have this green on them. Here you can change the shininess, shadow colors, and more. For now, it's enough if we tone down the diffuse and ambient colors. Now let's do the same for the tree trunk. This looks good. We should also change the background and ground colors. Open the main menu and select Background and Fog to modify them. Select any of the preset styles or edit one to better match your scene. Let's make all these colors a little bit darker. You can change the visibility in a scene with fog values. Changing these values defines the distance at which the fog starts and ends. The scene could use more stuff now. I'll create a small campsite. Let's search camp to find suitable assets. Add firewood and a rock ring to create a campfire. Let's light the fire up too. Grab a campfire effect from the Effects tab. Enable Scale with Object so that the effect can be scaled. Then move it to the right position and scale it down so it fits the rocks and wood. Let's also add some more camping related objects. A tent and bench around the campfire will help sell our cozy campsite scene. Finally, let's change the tent materials to better fit the scene. Next, let's add a grass tile set to the scene. Once the tile set is added, move it to the correct position and tap Paint to start painting it into your scene. Let's also paint some more hills using the existing tile maps. Finally, let's add some more trees to the background. Select a tree and duplicate it. Then rotate and scale it and move it to a new location. You can also do this to multiple objects. To select multiple objects, you can either hold down and tap objects using a second finger, or use the Area Select tool. The scene's almost done. It's time to move the camera and play a bit with the sunlight. If you now tap play, you can see that the camera view is different from what it was in the editor. That's because we didn't set the camera to match the editor view. To do that, tap Set Camera in the quick menu. You can also change the mood by adjusting the direction of light. Enable logic from the quick menu to see all the logic nodes in the scene. Then select the sun node and rotate it to change the angle of the light. Let's also take a moment to clean up the scene a bit. Now our scene looks good, but it's really quiet. Let's add some ambient sound. We'll open the asset library and search for forest to find some good sounds. Listen to a preview of the sound, and once you find one that fits the scene, add it by tapping the plus icon. Now our scene is ready. Tap play to test the look and feel. While playtesting, you can also take a screenshot by tapping thumbnail in the menu on the right. You can also move the view by tapping camera. Taking a good thumbnail is important because it's going to be shown on your profile. Once you're happy with it, tap save to save your scene. Give it a name and description and set the correct categories. Finally, tap post to share it with the world. Subscribe for more HypeHype tutorials, tips, and tricks.